Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to another episode of WTF. This is going to be like just a really quick one tonight. I was actually going to plan on going on earlier, but I had gone over to my daughter's in-laws' house. They were having to get together, and it was just so funny because my son-in-law's family is Hispanic, so these women are all like, cooking these big meals, his kid is his aunt. She had, cooked this, oh my God, this moldy stuff is so good. Anyway, it's like, so I live by myself, and it's like, for me, a gourmet meal is like, having tuna fish on my Ritz when I wake up. I just literally grab like a roll of Ritz or something, But it's just hilarious, just like the different cultures and stuff, because it's like they all kind of, they kept like asking me about stuff. It's almost like they couldn't believe, like, that I live alone, like I don't cook. It's true. It's so hard to cook for one person. People have no idea how hard it is. It's like you can't even find stuff for, and it's like if you want to get like the little cans of stuff or little jars of stuff, they'll charge you 3 times more for it. It is ridiculous. You can't get single serving anything without paying twice as much for it. I mean, what in the hell is going on with that? That's what I want to know. It's like, why are they doing this? You know what I mean? Like, why are they charging you twice as much for stuff? It just sucks. And you can't get like these giant jars of like ragu or whatever, like big things of spaghetti. It's like, you'll be eating it for a freaking week. And then people say, oh, well, you can store it in your refrigerator. But, come on. There's just certain foods you eat it once and you don't want it again for a week, It's like, but they tell you that you have to throw it out after a week. So either way you're screwed. You're throwing away money. Either you're buying this big jar of whatever. And, and I've even talked to my neighbor. I was like, hey, how about we go in on the cost and, I'll give you half, oh no, they don't want to do that. So, yeah, so that's my biggest WTF right now is, what in the hell is wrong with these stores and these people that charge so much for single servings? That is bullshit. I mean, that is just crazy. Why would you do that? That is just wrong. So yeah, I was sitting there. It was kind of funny. It was like, a lot of them speak Spanish, and I catch about every 4th word, It's like, it's just so funny because they're very animated people. They're like me, And it's like they're all very animated. His family is. It's like they're like waving their hands, and they're like, they're telling the story with their hands, speaking. It's just hilarious. Oh my God! But every once in a while, his father-in-law would stop and tell me what they were talking about. But I'm sitting there laughing. I have no idea what I'm laughing at because they're all laughing and I'm laughing. But I'm laughing at the fact that they're like acting like they're riding horses and they're like waving their hands. I have no clue what the hell they're talking about. But yeah, so I had a really good meal tonight. It was freaking awesome. There was beans and there was like chicken and the mole sauce. Oh my God, it was so good. I haven't had a meal like that so good since I left Texas. I'm telling you. But yeah, just beautiful. I love his family. My daughter said I would, and it's the first time I've ever been around where like they were all gathered together, because I guess they get together like once a year, and because they live in different parts of the world. And anyways, just I had such a good time. It was really fun. But yeah, I was trying to explain to them, like I cook for just me. Because I seriously, sometimes I just grab like a roll of Ritz and go to town. I mean, that's why I'm so unhealthy, but it's so hard to cook for one person. People just don't understand. They don't understand the pain, Or I'll go grab like those prepackaged foods, which those are high in sodium, and that sucks. So it's like, but I have found that I like meat counters. Like in the stores, they have like the meat counters. You can actually buy like a half a pound of like hamburger, or you could buy just like one steak, so, and then that does make it a lot easier, so you can cook for one person. And I have found like eating like I know it sounds gross, but the canned chicken makes it with like some broccoli and stuff. It's pretty good too. But yeah, I had a lot of fun tonight. It was good, and we were all talking about different things, and one of the things that I had brought up to them was about this new policy that my work has, where they're like trying to say absolutely no cell phones whatsoever, or you can't have them out. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Okay. Well, I was telling one of my friends this the other day. It's like, if they do this, what they've ensured is that everybody's going to be taking 20-minute power shits every hour, because that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to disappear for like 20 minutes in the bathroom to check their Facebook or talk to their friends or whatever, and they're going to say they're going to the bathroom. Well, what are you going to do? Put a camera in there to make sure they're doing it, I know I kind of jumped from food to that, but it's just, that's one of the things that just bugged the crap out of me. Is this whole cell phone thing. And I know that a lot of the older people, and like my age or even older, they don't understand it. This is like a culture now. That's just how it is. These kids are going to have their phones in their faces. I do it myself sometimes. Like at work, sometimes I'll listen to the podcasts from the station here, from KBLP LLC, and it's like, but they don't mind me having the radio on. So it's like, you don't mind me having the radio on, but I can't listen to a podcast. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's just old school. People just need to either get with the program or die off. I've had it, And it's mostly older people, you know what I mean? It's like I said, it's my age or older. It's usually like the 50 or 60-year-olds that are out there going, yeah, you got a cell phone in their face, but just because they don't understand it, because it wasn't part of their culture, And the kids nowadays, the 18 to 25, this is all they know, So it's like, to take that away from them, they're all they're going to be thinking about is ways to be able to check their phone. So what you're going to find is a bunch of people, like I said, they're going to be taking these 20-minute power shits in the bathroom, which of course they're not going to be going. They're going to say they are, but they're going to be at 20 minutes and they're going to be like, oh, I don't know what's going on. My stomach hurts. You know what I'm saying? So, and they're going to be in there checking their Facebook and taking selfies, whatever, And that's what these companies don't understand. It's like, would you rather have them, like in the medical field, would you rather have them on the floor watching things and once in a while looking at their phone, or would you rather have them missing 1/3 of the time? Because that's what's going to happen. They're going to start finding closets to go into. They're going to, I'm going to go for a walk real quick and go check on so-and-so. Then in reality, they're going to be hiding in somewhere or doing something to check their phone, closing doors, It's just how it's going to happen. So people just, like I said, the older people, they just need to get with the program or die off, because you just, it's done. It's done. The cell phones are here. People use them. People have them. That's just how it is. I understand, like, if you're running machinery or something, of course, you're not going to have your phone out because, you could die. But it's like, if you work in an office or you're even in a hospital or whatever, they're, as long as they don't have it in their face constantly, but just to take it out to check their phone real quick. Or to, I don't see anything wrong with that. But a lot of these places, they're just like trying to do this. There will be no cell phones. You're not going to be on your cell phone. It's like, just shut up. Just stop being ridiculous. It's just going to happen. That's just how it is. And it's like I said, it's because their culture. This is what they grew up with. This is all they know. They aren't like us. They didn't grow up in a society without cell phones. And we did. We used to have jobs and stuff where we didn't have cell phones. We would go out and drive around without cell phones, which is really, that's a trip too. Because it's like, I can remember driving across the country and there were no cell phones. You know what I mean? I can remember having to stop off at a truck stop and use a payphone to call whoever to be like, okay, I'm in such and such and I'm okay, But it's like, now, if I have to go to the store and I don't have my cell phone, I feel panicked. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die. It's just strange how it gives you this false security that everything's okay because you have it. And I think that's what's going on with these kids. It's like, especially, and even me sometimes, but it's like at work, I can function without it, but a lot of these kids can. And like I said, it's just because the culture they grew up in. They've never had to be without anything like that. So for you to tell them to put their cell phones in their locker, take them away or whatever, or don't let me see it or you're fired, it's ridiculous because you're not going to have anybody working for you pretty soon. Or like I said, they're going to come and they're going to be disappearing for 20 minutes at a whack every hour just so they can go catch up just to see, who messaged them on Facebook, or who, on Messenger, or how many, notifications they have. And for people to say, oh, not everybody's like that. It's like, I would say 80% of the culture right now is like that in America. I don't know about the rest of the world. I can't speak for them, but I can tell you here, that's how it is. So it's like, just stop getting off your micromanaging freaking high horse and just be like, okay, fine. You can have your cell phone. You can check it as long as your work's done. Of course. I'm not saying let them have it when their work's not done. Hell no. You tell them, you make sure all your work's done, and then you check it once in a while. You're fine. But these idiots are just trying to, like, oh, I don't even want to see him out. I don't want to have him. It looks unprofessional. And it's like, that's just, it's how society is now. Like I said, you either need to get with the program or just die off. It's like, just go away, because it's done. They're here to stay. There's nothing you can do about it. So instead of trying to ban them and having your crew disappear for, 20 minutes or more per hour, let them be there and just have them check in once in a while. It's not going to hurt anybody, and it's not like it's a big shocker anymore. So like people coming to visit somebody, as long as the work's done and things are being taken care of, a person having their cell phone out looking at it is not going to make a difference to anybody. Because those people coming to visit and all the people around you, guess what? They're walking around with their cell phones in their faces, bumping into shit walking, I know, it just happened the other day. So, but it angers me when I hear these managers and people like that, or or what really cracks me up. This happened once. This is a true story. This happened a few years ago. We were at a meeting, and everybody knows I work in the medical field, and it's like we're at this meeting for the staff. Okay, so our DON, she gets up there and she's talking about cell phone. Oh, I don't want to see cell phones out. You're gonna get written up. Blah blah. During the meeting, during talking to us, while she's talking to us, she literally breaks out her cell phone and starts texting somebody who had texted her. So it's like, you're in the middle of a meeting bitching at us about cell phones, and you literally pull out your freaking... But the thing is, she did it so consciously, she didn't even realize that she had done it. And we're like, yeah, you just pulled out your cell phone. She's like, what? She was shocked. Because it was just such a second nature to her that during this meeting, bitching at us about cell phone usage and texting and stuff like that, she literally pulls out her cell phone and texts somebody back that had texted her. So it's like, physician, heal thyself. And I see a lot of bosses doing it too, but they'll always make up these excuses why they had their phones. That's what cracks me up. They'll be like, oh, well, I have to have this phone for research, and I need my cell phone for this. But then, like, the workers will be like, oh, it's just a micromanaging bullshit move. That's all it is. That's all it is a lot of people just like to micromanage. And like I said, if you see somebody that's excessively on their cell phone, let's say there's a person you see and they're like not taking care of business, they're not doing what they need to do, then pull that person aside and say, hey, you are on it too much, you're excessive, get your crap together or you're out. You don't need an entire meeting with everybody going, okay, well, we caught this one person, so therefore everybody sucks and you're all getting your cell phones. It's just ridiculous. Especially where we work overnights. It's like sometimes you're the only one on the unit. Literally. And it's like everybody's, some nights they're sleeping and it's quiet and you're just sitting there by yourself and it's like dying. All your work's done. It's like, there is no reason. I'm sorry. And I've seen this in offices, too. I was actually at a restaurant the other day, and I heard a manager yelling at this bartender lady because she had her cell phone out. He's like, oh, you guys have your cell phone? It's like, who cares? I actually got more upset that he was screaming at her over something so stupid than I did her on her cell phone. Do you know what I mean? It's like me looking over and seeing, as long as I'm being taken care of as a customer, which I was, and I look over and see her just looking at her phone. Who cares? Who the hell is she hurting? It's like, so what? Her work's done. Her customers are taken care of. But then this jerk goes over there, don't do that cell phone. It's like I said, I was way more offended by his behavior than her having a phone in her face. So it's like I said, get with the program or just die off. I'm done. It's like, and I see it all the time, and I understand. It's just, and I do it. I've seen kids literally walk into stuff. I've had a nurse. I worked with a nurse one time. Literally, we're walking down the hall, and she's got her cell phone out, and she's texting somebody, or something. And I literally had to grab her and pull her to the side because she was ready to walk into a mop bucket. I mean, it happens. I get it. There are people that are gonna do that, and of course, she was a younger person. But it's like, this is just the society now. This is the culture. And how dare you tell people not to have it? Especially, like I said, night shift workers. We need those phones because just for emergency purposes only. What if we need to call the police? What if your phones go? Which do happen, by the way. It's not just for our safety. It's safety for the patients that we take care of. Like I said, as long as your work's done, who cares if somebody's on a cell phone? Who really gives a shit? And like I said, as a patron of other places, if I'm being taken care of and one of their employees wants to look at their cell phone, who cares? Who cares? It's like, get a freaking life. What are they supposed to do? Stand there like statues? Ooh, I'm just going to stand here just in case somebody might need something that, that they can't, wave their hand or ask for. It's so stupid. But, yeah. It's like, I'm just, it just, but like I said, like even like where I work, like I said, the only thing I see with this, if they do implement this, is I see a lot of people like disappearing, and a lot of them are going to have upset stomach and diarrhea and everything else because they're going to disappear into the bathroom for 20 minutes out of whack to catch up on their Facebook, to message whoever's messaging them, to check their notifications, to comment on Facebook, to take a selfie, whatever they're going to do. You know what I mean? So they're going to be gone. Instead of being on the floor watching things and once in a while looking at their cell phone, they're going to be disappear into a bathroom. And that's what's going to happen. And they're going to try to hide in closets because that's what like I said, these kids panic. This is the culture they know. This is all they know. They have not lived in a society where they did not have a cell phone. So people need to think about this, and they need to get their heads out of their asses and just understand this is just how it is. Change is good. I can't, and like I said, it upsets me too. Like if I see somebody who's not doing their job, like I said, talk to that person. Take that person aside. Don't make it a whole building's policy because some idiot can't get their head out of their ass, or their face off their phone, whatever. So, yeah, I just, I get so upset about that. It's amazing to me. Oh, and there was another time, too, I had gone to a store. I believe it was Walmart here in town. Yeah, it was Walmart because I had gone to the back, and it was by the shoe department, and I could actually hear some guy screaming at this girl. She must be about 19 years old, screaming at her because she had her cell phone out on the floor, and she's like, well, my baby's sick. And this asshole literally said, I don't care the reason. You are not to have your... And I'm like, you son of a bitch. And I couldn't even believe that. Like I said, I was way more offended at that guy doing that than I was at that girl having her cell phone out. Who cares? Who cares? What are they doing to hurt anybody else, So what? They're looking at their damn phone, or they're commenting on something, or hitting a like button. Who gives a shit? It just surprises me, like how people just want to control other people like that. It is just insane, and I do agree that it does. It gets to that point with people. It does. It gets to that point with people where some of them you do have to talk to them. You know what I mean? You do have to talk to them about their usage and stuff like that, and I get it. I do. I totally get it. Hi, Steven. I just saw that you were in Stephen Clark's in the chat room, so he's in the chat for the podcast here. But yeah, I don't have much more time to be on here because unfortunately I get ready for work. But that's life, That's the day job or night job, however you want to talk about it. But yeah, I just had to get that off my chest because they were talking about that the other day. Of like, you people are just so dumb, so dumb. It's because of the micromanaging, and they're going to end up with people not on the floor because they're going to be trying to hide in the bathrooms so they can go on their cell phone because it's all they know. So just knock it off, old people. You know what I mean? My age and older, just knock it off. Stop being so freaking old and unwilling to change, and stop talking about the good old days. Now, you used to do it without a cell phone, and we did it. Well, of course you did. You didn't have a choice. You know? It's like, we didn't have them back then. But I can guarantee you, if we had them, we would use them, just like we have them now, and I use mine. So, I mean, just get over yourselves. Get over it, old people. Done with you. Done. Done with the old people. I'm siding with the kids on this one. So, you know, if I'm siding with the millennials, there's a problem. So, it's amazing to me. So, yeah, get over yourselves, old people. Get with the program. You know, it's just life now. That's how it is. Sorry. Dark ages are over. You don't need your rotary phone to call your friend anymore. You got your friend. You got him on Facebook, whatever. So, yeah. So, anyways, that's enough of that. But, yeah, back to this whole cooking for one thing. The one thing that is good, though, is you can go to restaurants now and that they will actually break up your meal for you, which I think is awesome. I think it's Applebee's that did it for me. I told them, you know, I ordered something, and I told them that I wanted it separated into 2 different containers. And they did that for me, so that way I could have 2 meals. But it still sucks because you have to go out to eat. You know, and that does get expensive. So, go to KBLE LLC on Facebook if you have any suggestions. I mean, like any tips, like for cooking for one. Cooking for one. Give me some recipes. Give me some ideas. Stuff that isn't going to take me all day, and I don't want to cook like a huganic meal and freeze everything, because I've already been there, done that, you know. But because you get sick of eating that too. So yeah, please give me some ideas. I would love to hear them. Like, you know, are you a single person or do you live alone? I mean, I want to hear what you do to eat. I mean, do you eat out? Do you cook for yourself? Do you eat cereal all day? Because I've done that too. I have just eaten cereal, and that's it. So, but it just sucks because you don't want to break out the pots, the pans, and all that crap to eat. So, I mean, I don't have a microwave anymore, so I don't use a microwave. So I need something realistic that I could do that isn't processed, or, you know, something. I don't know. There's got to be a better way to do things. There's got to be. There's just got to be a better way. So if anybody has any ideas, you just let me know. So, anyways, so that's about it on the WTF tonight. So I just had to get that whole cell phone thing out of my chest. I could not. This has been brewing in me for a couple days now. I was actually going to do it yesterday, but I did the paranormal show instead. The Ecto, which, by the way, is going to be on Saturdays, you know, right around 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you get a chance to check it out, do it. It's just going to be some true ghost stories. Like the last time was 2 stories that this literally happened in my life. So, and I'm going to be collecting stories from other people, and I'll be reading these true life ghost stories on the air, and that's called Ecto, E-C-T-O, which, you know, of course, Ghostbusters. So anyways, remember their vehicles like Ecto 1, Ecto 2? Anyways, I'm a fan, can you tell? So, anyways, and also, thank you to everyone who donated school supplies for children in need. I am so happy with you right now. You guys rock. Thank you so much for doing that. And I'm going to be starting the coat drive pretty soon, the coat drive challenge. For everybody, even if you just donate just one, I don't care if it's an old coat, new coat, whatever, we're going to be donating coats to homeless shelters, women's shelters, and men's shelters. Because, yes, men have shelters, and men do have their kids sometimes, you know, big surprise. So, yes, daddies have rights, too. So, anyways, yes, so we're going to stay on top of that. And again, thank you so much for donating the school supplies, Brandy Lynn. You know who you are. I know you did it, and you are just such an awesome person. Thank you so much. And everybody, I'm going to attempt to go over a schedule here, because I'm not sure if we even have a schedule. But, okay, tomorrow we're going to be doing Planet B-O-B, Planet B, period, O, period, B, period. But we're going to do it a little bit earlier in the day, because Denise also has a day job, and we had to change the time just a little bit just tomorrow. So we're good with that. Tuesday, I'm not sure if we have anything on or not. I think Denise is going to be doing DWD Decades with Denise. Wednesday is the Fear the Walking Dead. Denise will be doing that. I'm not sure if we have anything else on Wednesday. See, I'm horrible with this schedule. I need to give me a printout of this stuff. Thursday, we have Encounters with Denise Harrison. I believe Lolita's Jams are on that night, which she has a huge following. It's a good show if you like underground music. It's not personally my taste, but I know a lot of people who just love that music. So, yeah, definitely tune in, check it out, which is probably a good thing for her. Guess what? The old lady doesn't, can't relate to your music, so that's probably a plus for her. Let's see. Friday we have Hollywood Review, and then we have, let me see if I can do it, the Freaks in the basement. Saturday, we have Ideas with the Jam. He parties all night with that. He goes on various times, just going to kind of check back, see what's going on, but he has this whole thing that he does. Saturday also, I'll be trying to go back with the Ecto, and then WTF, I just go on whenever I can. Whenever something just crawls up my butt sideways, I'll come on and just do a WTF about it. So there's really no time for this show. Just when I feel like doing it, that's when it goes on. Let's see. I don't know if I'm forgetting. Am I forgetting anything, guys? Let's see. Hi, Bill. How are you? Bill's also in our chat. Bill Williams. Hello. Let's see. I think that's it for this. Oh, and sports is coming back next week. Finally, Monday. I keep talking about it. It's going to happen. I promise you it is. I don't know if it's this Monday or next Monday, but it's going to happen. I promise you. Ideas has a huge following for that, and we have a lot of stuff going on. And also, check us out on KBLP LLC on Facebook, and then KBLP LLC 4 on YouTube channel. Any of our shows have been going to YouTube. You can check them out there. Some people say it's easier to listen. I don't know. But yeah, just go on, check them out. So we have that going on. And then, of course, we have a plethora of other sites that we need to talk about. The Walking Dead Freak Show. We're going to be having that scavenger hunt coming up pretty soon there. We have the Planet B period O period B period. So you can go there for insights and tips on survival. There's also survival wolves, conflicted what would you do scenarios, true horror junkies, horror 3-ring circus, and all kinds of, so hopefully I got it all out of the way there. But anyways, so I'm going to go, and just with this final thought, like I said, old people, cell phones are here to stay. Just knock it off. Knock it off with your kids with their cell phones on their face, and well, guess what? We didn't use them because we didn't have them. That's just how it is. But if we had them, we would have used them. So just get over yourselves. Everybody, please, just knock it off. I mean, these kids, that's all they know, so just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. It's one thing if they're not doing their job, but if they're doing their job and they're on their phone, who cares? Stop being micromanaging assholes. So, anyways, that's about it for tonight. You all have a wonderful evening, and much love to everybody. Remember, be good to each other. Don't let people divide you. Don't be robots. And that's about it. We'll talk to you later. Have fun, guys. Good night.